Hey everybody, this is Laura with Untitled Typewriters. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm showing off a 1950 Royal Quiet Deluxe in charcoal gray. This is a crinkle paint, which just means it has some texture to it. So let's go ahead. Oh, the sun is peeking through. Nice. Let's go ahead and go through the typewriter, how it works, and then I will do a typing demo. So right here is your paper holder, keeps your paper from flopping over. This has magic margins, and I'm going to come back to that in just a minute. I do also have a video that shows you how to use magic margins under typewriter tips. This lever on the right side releases the tension on your paper, so after you load it, if you need to adjust it, that's what this is for. Right here on the side of the carriage next to the roller handle is the carriage release button. It's going to be on either side. You just pull that in and you can move your carriage. That has a bell, but the bell is pretty faint, just to let you know. On the left side is your line selector, so that just determines if it's going to advance 1, 2, or 3 lines when you hit your return handle. Now this releases the roller, and that comes in handy if you need to do some subscript, superscript, filling in a box somewhere and you have to line things up just right, just anything that you can't otherwise do by turning the handle, then you just release the roller and you can have some more freedom there. Okay. Let's continue down on the, here's the, I'm going to pop open the top, so you just pull that up, and inside you'll see we've inserted a universal ribbon. They are plastic spools that we have on this one. It's 2-color, but when you change it out, make sure black is on the top and red is on the bottom. And when you do put a new ribbon, make sure it's threaded properly. Please refer to the product listing. The link is in the description below. There are photos in there for your reference. Also, there's a lot of ink in this ribbon, so when you get to the end of the spool, it's not the end of the ink. That means you need to reverse the direction of your ribbon, and you reverse it right there. Okay, so that's what that is for. And you should reverse the direction of the ribbon probably 40, 50 times before you need to change it. Touch control, this just determines, it's a little stiff, but it's kind of supposed to be, just determines how hard these type bars are going to strike your paper. So it's strictly personal preference as to how dark or light you want your font to be. Now, how do you know when you need to reverse the direction of the ribbon? Well, your typewriter may just get stop altogether, or it may get really stiff, or you'll notice that it's not typing quite right. Always stop, reverse the direction of your ribbon before you panic or anything like that. Color selector on the right side, it's on red right now, black. You won't ever need the white. If it's on the white selection, it's not going to work. So just keep it, make sure it's firmly on the black or the red. Okay, so let's go back to magic margins. This does not have tabs, which you actually don't need tabs for typing. But please refer to my magic margin video under typewriter tips. But on this one, please note that the magic margin on the left does not work. So you have to manually do it, which isn't actually, in my opinion, is easier. So you flip open this top, and here's your margins. And you just press and drag. And hold on, let me move the carriage. There we go. Sorry, press on this button, not this one. There's some typewriters where you press here, but this one you press over here, and then you can drag the margin to where you want it. Now, the right margin does work on the magic margins. Okay, that being said, let me make sure my margins are where I want them to be. And let's go ahead and do a typing demo. Okay, so the paper goes right there. Just set it in there. You don't need to push it down. Pull it through. Make sure it goes underneath the bar. And then I like to pull it all the way up to the top and make sure it's nice and even. Let me bring this guy forward. There you go. You can see it's even, and if it wasn't, that's when you bring in your paper release so that you can adjust it. Okay, let's do some typing. This is a 1950. There's no number 1, so you use the lowercase l. And so here's the 1950. Very nice font. It's very pretty. And the keys, I love how springy these keys are. So this has the flat gray tombstone keys. Often they're like a cream or a white color, but this has the gray tombstone keys. Okay, let's do the sentences. And you heard this very faint ding that says, hey, you're at the end of your margin and now it's going to stop. And it did. It completely stopped. So now I hit margin release. I can finish my sentence. And we'll just go on. Let's try the red. The bell is so faint on this one. I do wish it was a little bit louder, but you can at least hear it. So really what you should do is on those first couple of times I kept going even though the bell went off, but the bell really says, hey, now's the time to hit the return handle. And that's the purpose of it. So overall, this is a great typewriter. Now, if you are, this is going to be good for, I don't know, what am I trying to say? This doesn't have the flow that I like to see for, you know, you're going after it, you have a lot of thoughts and you're just like pumping those thoughts out. That doesn't have the flow that I like for it, but that doesn't mean it's still not appropriate for your longer writing projects. It's very much can handle any writing project because the functionality was just amazing. I have smaller hands, and so sometimes smaller hands have a hard time with the manual typewriters, and so I have to 1 and 2 finger it for the most part. So I have a Royal Quiet Deluxe. I really like it. I actually do work on it with my book as well. But when I'm trying to pump out a lot, I go to my Smith Corona Electric because the flow is a little bit better. I know it's hard to articulate. I'm trying to tell you who would probably most enjoy this typewriter. This would even be good for beginners. It's easy to use. It doesn't have the extra stuff you have to worry about. I don't think you're gonna have any issues mechanically with it. It's just a good, solid typewriter, very handsome. Love the squared off, you know, mid-century look to it as well. So I hope you enjoy it. If you want to learn more, click the links below, and you all have a great day.